Okay, the Atlanta Falcons, 3-3, squarely in the mix in their division, and they just got some more good news, and this is kinda like, man, it's kind of a sneaky one. So if you're new to the channel, we make videos for teams that don't get the love nationally like they should. We have been talking about the Atlanta Falcons all the way back in the offseason. We felt the defense was going to be good. We thought, hey, if Ritter can kind of play a little bit, Bijan's going to be a stud, right? They've got some other pieces offensively to splash, and here they are, 3-3. Yes, last week was a disappointment, but 3-3. You're right, squarely in the mix in the division. And then let's take a look at some of the good news that came out here. And hey, we're Detroit Lions fans, so we have played the Falcons and the Buccaneers, and I can tell you the Lions are really good. I know it's like hard for me to even say it, but it's like the Lions are really good. The two teams that were just tough and about equal as can be, Falcons and Buccaneers. And you look at the scores, they're about almost identical, 20-6. I think both scores were that. Tough defenses. And then offensively, you've got just unfortunately average quarterbacks in both that aren't there yet. So you need like which quarterback's going to make some plays, because defensively they're both physical and really good. So here's the division: Buccaneers, Falcons. Remember that. Saints. Let's just be honest about the Saints. The Saints just, I don't know, this don't scare you at all. And then obviously the Panthers after that. So you look at the Falcons schedule, and here's where the good news comes in. You look at your 3-3, you're right there in the division. You've got 2 games now with the Buccaneers, and that's really going to be the season, okay? Because you got Buccaneers this week, and then down here December 10th, you got the Buccaneers come to your place. But then look at the rest of this schedule. You got the Titans, doesn't scare you. Vikings, doesn't scare you. Cardinals, I mean, talk about just kind of like, nah, doesn't scare you at all. Saints, doesn't scare you. And then Jets, they lose their starting quarterback. They've got a really good defense, but another game where it's totally manageable and ready to go. Buccaneers again, like we talked about. Panthers, go win that one. Got to have it. Colts, they lose their starting quarterback. This is the good news. You look at the schedule, you play the Colts, and the Colts just lost their quarterback. So it's another victory, or should be, if you're a serious team, right? If you're serious about winning the division. The good news is you've just now, the Jets and the Colts, those were shaping up to be good, tough games for you. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers lose him at the beginning of the year. Colts lose their quarterback. So now you take the Falcons over the Colts in this game, then the Bears, and then the Saints again. You cannot make this schedule up. It's there for the taking. If you're an Atlanta Falcons fan, you look at what you've been able to do so far, and you look at your upcoming schedule, and you say, let's go win the division, home playoff game, and see what happens. But you're right there for a home playoff game. Now, look, it's the NFL. You're not like this superpower. So, right? The Titans are looking at you and saying, oh, well, shoot, we got the Falcons, right? And Saints are thinking the same thing, Buccaneers. But my whole point on this is that the Atlanta Falcons, watching them play, watching the Buccaneers play against the Lions, who are again, I can't believe I'm saying this. I don't mean to talk about the Lions, but they are a top tier NFC team. And both of those teams played them very tough. And if you're a Buccaneers fan, you left some plays out there to be had. If you're a Falcons fan, you got run over against the Lions, but man, it was a grind of a game. The Lions can high fly. They've scored like 20 points in the last 20 games or something crazy. They put up numbers, and you've held them right to 20. They're averaging like 25, 26 points a game. The Falcons defense, the Buccaneers defense, almost mirrored images. Athletes, physical. Offensively, almost mirrored as well. You got Baker and Desmond Ritter, who are just like, I don't know, right? Yeah, I don't know. Baker's just average. Desmond Ritter, average, but with a ceiling. At least he's got a ceiling. Geez. At least you don't know yet. Versus Baker, get him out of here. So the good news of today is that your schedule is ridiculously manageable. It's not easy. No schedule in the NFL is easy, but it's manageable. And you've got 2 games against the Buccaneers still ahead of you. So the Buccaneers are a game ahead of you in the division, but you've got a game with them. The schedule is so perfect if you're a fan of the Atlanta Falcons. Let's look at the standings one more time. Yep. So the Buccaneers had a bye early, so they only have 2 losses. So they've got an extra game on you. But Falcons 3-1 at home, 0-2 on the road. So they want to improve that. Man, you got 2 games against the Buccaneers, and then the rest of it, it's manageable. I'm not expecting you to win every single one of them, but if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan, you are pumped up because your team's not terrible. I mean, seriously, look at the Panthers. I don't mean that. I just know what that's like to be, as a Lions fan, to be 1-6, to be 2-8, and it's like you're in the mix. You've got a manageable schedule. It's what's fun. It's fun about it. It's fun to watch games. It's fun to root on Sunday and have a chance, maybe get the division, maybe not. So love the Falcons, love what they're doing. Can't wait to see what happens this week against the Buccaneers. And let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next